Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are watching this. It's been a little bit since I've been able to post any videos. Life's been lifing. At a yard sale, got sick. My desk space was covered in junk that my wife was using for the yard sale. I have a new layout. We're gonna test it to see if it looks good. But let's go ahead and jump right in to the rapid game. We're 1603. Let's see if we can maintain 1600. I'm going to see if you guys can see the I'll make a couple moves here. Then I want to see if you guys see the move set pretty well. What is this? Hello. Type. Hello. JB65PL from Poland? Yep, Poland. Alright. Now let's go look at the moves real fast. I think that looks okay. Yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. New layout. Yeah. I want to immediately throw this and then we'll play E3. Something tells me this guy is going to be decent. I mean, let's get this out there because I don't want to deal with any check shenanigans. My rook, sits here and stares at this, obviously. Well, shoot. So, I don't want to trade my bishops off like with the e-pawn recapturing. I don't want to throw my knight in here and block my bishop's development, and I can't put my knight here on h3 because then the pawn drops and I'm in check. It's no bueno. So the only logical thing I can think of is actually trading the bishops off, but the next issue is that the queen is still going to be able to check. So I think that's the issue with this move order that I've played. So the only thing I can think of is developing the knight here, much as I don't want to. The only other option is to actually just recapture with the e-pawn and look to break here. Thinking about moving my queen off first. Well, yeah, okay. We'll move the queen off here in a second. More than likely, he's going to capture the bishop, double up my pawns. I think I'm okay with that. Now he's going to take, yep. So now I can castle queenside, and I don't have to worry about, when I break open the center, any sort of checks. So yeah, of course, we'll plop the knight right here. Yep, we'll probably look to reroute this knight at some point. Go ahead, let's get castled. And now I also want to move my king to b1. I do want to get off of this diagonal. Okay. Maybe move this rook, or maybe I should just move this rook over. So I create the space for my c3 knight. rotate. And I'm assuming he's going to want to come here, here, something like that. Having my knight here would be beneficial. What happens if I just break now? Well, it's not terrible actually, because I do have these squares currently defended. What happens if I do this and then push and take and take? I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, the knight does get developed. I think I actually would like a rook over here, but that's still not enough to take on e5 square once I push f5. So maybe the pawn just sits here. Maybe. Right here. Huh. Maybe queen here. This isn't terrible. Okay. I'm just gonna move my queen. I think this is potentially a better square for her because I do want to break through here. Now, I can move my knight, but where? I mean, I really wanted this f3 square at some point in the beginning, even though I mean, it's part of the pawn storm, only because I wanted to look at e5. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm not worried about it anymore, but break. Yeah, maybe I play the queen side. So then f5's not an option really. So thinking like, okay, push. Push. Actually, he doesn't have to push. He can just take. That's not an option. What, just rook lift? Is that even a thing right here? I don't know. I'm just gonna get off this diagonal. It's not. Ugh. It's not a big deal, but I don't know. I feel like it improves my king safety. I'll just do it. Okay. So he wants to develop here. I'm okay with. I think I'm okay with this push. I'm okay with, you know, having this weak pawn. Like, it's fine. I think this is fine. Now, where's a good square for my knight? I mean, this can't possibly happen. How do I get here? I want to take on the square. That's how I'm gonna undouble my pawns. And I mean, I'm just holding down the fort for this knight to jump anywhere. If he pushes, I just take it, defend it, reinforce. I'm not totally displeased with the position right now. It's not one I'm used to playing, but I feel like I can navigate it quite well. I mean, I have one pawn on, you know, his side of the board. He's got nothing on mine. Whoops. So I think it's okay. I want to take another peek at the moveset. Okay, it's not terrible. So yeah, now the opponent has to think. He's got to try and figure out where he wants to play. He's probably going to be looking for a king side attack, because, I mean, the queen side is... Well, I guess queen side attack, sorry. We castled queen side. Because the king side is pretty closed. I mean, I don't see him opening it up. The only thing I can think of actually is this. To put some pressure on this pawn, actually. Now that I think about it. Ah! He found it. Very nice. But I also have this move. And then my next move is going to block the queen's line of sight on the pawn. It is no longer a weakness. In fact, it is going to support my knight. So there's going to be no shenanigans. It's going to be an outpost. Worst case, my pawn, yeah, no. Just not allowing that. I'm not allowing the pawn play. And if he's not careful, I mean, here's a fork. Yeah. This is fine. Where's Queenie moving to? Considering playing g6 just so I can see if I can get my queen involved. So I'm not sure what all that does. I really don't know. I mean, yeah, my pawn is pinned. G6. I push G6. I mean, I'm expecting maybe Rook F8 because, well, no. Why Rook F8? Sorry, maybe no. Okay, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna open up over here. Now he's got weaknesses. I mean, the only issue is I allowed his queen play, actually. He now has queen play. Maybe G6 wasn't a good idea. I wanted to get my queen in there. I didn't think about his queen also having access to this diagonal. Maybe, I don't know. I probably could have started opening up on my king side. I'm anticipating queen back to e7. No? Okay. So what do we want to do here? Is this the objective? That's probably the objective. Yeah, if I'm not careful, of course that'd be a mate threat, so. So. Maybe let's make Queenie move somewhere first. And then, I mean, is it going to be Queen e7? Okay, so we're trading queens off. Yeah, that's. I mean, I can come drop my queen back to c1 and just say, no, I don't want to do that. But then I lose this pawn. Okay, once knight is here, whoops. Once knight is here, he sees these squares. So, the only thing I gotta worry about is that my rook is hanging. I mean, I just attack the knight. Knight goes back. Actually, alright, yeah, let's take first. Let's take first. And then I'm wondering if I can, like, trick this guy here. What if I play here first? Does he rotate his knight back immediately? And he could just actually lock it in. If he does that, I'm going to go here. I don't like smothering my rooks like this, but I was going to do this first, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so where is he looking now? Yeah. Okay. I don't want this pawn coming down. I don't think. And push. Let's open this up. So push, push, attack. Lose, take. Oh, this is actually oh, okay. I'm glad I saw this. Let's just do this. I don't want get checked here. I'll drop f3. Could have pushed it, but this is happening. f4. Could have just pushed f4 myself, and then that check didn't do too much, but I also wanted to get my h-rook a little bit more active. Maybe it's going to be f4. No? Okay. So what if because how this do if I move f4? There's gotta be something like this. Alright, we're gonna go for a break. We gotta break the position somehow. I think, yeah, is every single pawn still on the board? Yeah. In closed positions, knights are better than bishops, but there are no bishops on the board. That's just a fun fact. Fun fact for you guys. So I am expecting a push, but then I'm going to push as well. Gonna get a little bit of a tempo on the knight. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. I don't think so. I think so, because then I get checked and the pawn drops. So I'll just be forced to take if push. Something tells me he's not going to push it though. Oh, no, I was gonna say he wants this pawn. That may be true, but he's not getting it. Does this rook move just for prophylaxis? Okay. I don't have to take yet, you know. He's got an active king, I'll admit. What if... Okay, so he's wanting me to open up and then plays rook. Yeah, I see it. I'm just not going to. Not yet. I'm trying to see... I mean, probably should kick the knight out. Yeah, let's just make his knight move first. Even if he can't check me, he's probably gonna go here. The issue when he goes here is as much as I want to push f4, then that allows knight g4, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. Because there's absolutely no way for me to get him out. Not easily. I mean, at least with so I may just I'll just leave this pawn here. If he comes to e3, I may just have to do knight d1. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take. And I'm kind of... Okay. Wow. Takes with the king. I actually wasn't expecting that. Alright, I'm gonna reroute my knight then. I don't need to trade knights. I feel like I'm gonna have the more active knight over here. God, I hear my cat clawing our little tree upstairs, and it just scared crap out of me. It's 5:30 in the morning. Alright. So now I'm targeting 2 pawns, right? So he's gotta come defend something, but once I sneak in here, a pawn falls. I'm gonna take with the knight. I'm looking to take maybe that pawn too. Maybe. Not so clear. Okay, don't have to worry about it. He's making the call for me. Now I'm going to start pushing. Okay, he said I'm locking it. And I'm gonna allow this. I'm considering opening up other places. So that's not a big deal to me. He's not gonna take that. Because my knight is watching it. So I am going to be looking to get active over here. Now the question is, do I go for the break? I'll move my king up first. I want it to be closer to the pawn break, just in case the rook wants to slide over. This is always going to be an issue for him. He's just always going to have to sit here and have something guarding it. I could even remove my rook from it. It should be fine. Because he's not creating this knight. Okay. One thing I got to make sure of is when I break this, to not put my king in a position to where I think his knight would be able to kick mine out. It might be okay. Because I like my knight here. My knight's doing quite a bit of work here. It's not able to easily be removed. That's not happening. Yeah, I am going to open this up. Okay, move my king up one. Yeah, see, this is what I wanted. I'm going to be sure to do it here. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that may happen. Now I can go here. All that one coming. Okay, actually, I didn't think about, oh, maybe I should just move my rook here so I could attack this way. Whoops. Okay, the next question. I go here, obviously. Knight takes it. Then I think I can just push. Okay, so actually I can't just push. Not yet, at least. We'll go here. Maybe here. Yeah. Man. My rook's getting kind of blasted off this file anyway. Anywhere I go. Okay. A little upset that I didn't move my rook to the C file for that. I played a pretty fast move and now I'm kind of sitting here regretting it. Okay. So he's going to move this. Just probably to here. So he's attacking. No, okay. What if I go here? like this is okay. It's okay. Now, if he trades, okay. This is all fine. Obviously, that is hanging, right? Going into on rook endgame, I'm not too pleased with this. Alright, here's my play. Yep, here's my play. I'm gonna look to cut him off. Actually, I'm gonna look to push. Okay. GG's JB65PL. Levy, get off my screen. Good game, baby. He was 1593. A couple mistakes. We're going to go ahead and jump into this review. New rating, 1611. It is our peak rating. We are just constantly peaking. I'm waiting for the turnaround. 83.5% accuracy. Okay. Not terrible. 5 mistakes. Now, I'm not happy with that. Played like 2,000. Yeah, sure. Sure we did. Alright. Let's see. Alright, we're just gonna run through all of this. Yeah, I want to F3 immediately. Ooh, E4. Yeah. I just wanted my pawn up there to prevent any checking. Inaccuracy. A backward pawn, yeah, okay. Knight reroute was perfect. Okay, it doesn't like my knight going here. Yep, takes. Okay, I'm completely winning to just equal. What happened? Okay, wait, hold up. So we're up 1.6 advantage. And then what did it want us to play? It just wanted us to drop the knight back. Drop the knight back. Just so maybe we can push c3 and just connect 4. Could be it. Oh, it just, you know, it wants us to attack these weaknesses. It wants us to target them. Yeah. And if not this weakness, if this pawn came, this would be the weakness. So, yeah, I mean, that's actually, you know, hindsight 2020, pretty obvious. Yeah, probably should have considered that. I was more focused on trying to get my queen involved, and I was upset after I pushed g6. So I do remember not quite liking me weakening e6 and allowing their queen to get up to e7 and also kind of look at the same diagonal, because it just refutes my queen ever going up there until I get some push. And then my rook really doesn't want to be here. I mean, it eventually got here, but early, I don't think it wants to be there. We'll continue as soon as I'm able to. Another mistake. About to drop a pawn. Oh, wow. What a move. Yeah. Man. That would have been a great find, and my opponent found that. I did not consider the queen sack for a pawn. Wow. Wow, wow. Oh, that rook move's perfect. Holy crap. Mistake. Yeah, I thought he was going to push f4. Inaccuracy. Move my king just so it doesn't get checked. Another mistake. Should have just gone for the knight attack. Oh my gosh. I keep accidentally right-clicking. Just every pawn move is a mistake. Should have played that move before. Okay. Win a pawn through a fork. Which fork? Actually, which fork? Ah, that fork. Yep. Wow. 1600. You know, still getting lucky. Like, they're kind of obvious, but they're not so obvious. Yeah. Just wanted me to immediately go for the pawn break. I was worried that I would be having issues after the pawn break. Oh my gosh, right click. Mistake. Yeah. Oh, and I thought about this too. I thought about pushing. I was just like, if push. But my knight gets in here. It's just kind of a mess. It is a whole bunch of mess, you know. It's just kind of scary. I mean, my king's kind of scared. I was too afraid to deal with this. I was too afraid of just freely opening all of this up. And this. So. Did not do that. Yeah. I knew that rook move was a little bit of an inaccuracy. I honestly thought it was just a pure mistake, but I guess it was only an inaccuracy. So just taken. And then this was the issue, right? Because now I'm taking over the game. Yeah. Alright. It was a little bit sloppy, a little bit not so sloppy. I mean, it wasn't my worst game on the series, but it wasn't, I don't think it was the best. I think the first game was probably the best game I've played. But regardless, good game to my opponent, JB from Poland. He played pretty solid. We both had our mistakes. But, alright. Sorry for not posting in a while. Like I said, life's been lifing. Should be back on track for the next week or so. We've got a few videos out there. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever it is, whatever it is, wherever you guys are watching this. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.